Hey, morning everybody. John Bergsman here at Pilgrim's Village. Now, Steve and Chris are totally stocked, ready for this great fall season. We're going to end the day talking about the great bite here at Cadillac, but we're going to start the day talking about right down around the corner. We got the fall brawl going over there in the Erie Shores and Islands to Cleveland region of Ohio. So we're going to talk about Lorraine to Cleveland with Captain Gary Zart from Blue Dolphin Walleye Charters. Sliding just a little bit towards the Michigan line, we've got Mike Schmidt, who's submitted another great perch report over from, kind of that same area where Captain Rocco Papandreou works, and that's the Davis-Besse power plant, the reef structures over towards Maumee Bay. We're going to come around the corner, chat with Captain Eric Long from Longlines Charters. He has got an awesome perch bite as you see the pictures go across the screen during that report. Stay tuned for that one. Then we're going to jump up to Alpena and talk about ridiculous steelhead fishing with Captain Steve Hubert from Chumbucket. End the day right here, Cadillac, Mitchell, here in the west central lower peninsula. We've got a great fall bite going on. Stay tuned, 5 great reports. We'll be right back. So, Captain Gary Zart, Blue Dolphin Walleye Charters, the fall brawl is going right now. There is over 9,000, that's right, 9,000 people signed up to fish the fall brawl. And what that is a 6-week tournament. It started on October 15, goes all the way to December 1. Biggest fish wins $100,000, that's right, $100,000 boat. Second place wins like an $80,000 boat. It's insanity. So, what are the guys doing right now? We just had a great big National Walleye Tour championship that ran out of Huron. A lot of guys catching them 4.5 to 5.5 pound fish, and they are littered everywhere. And I know that sounds like a loose terminology, but it is true. Pretty much if you go out there and pull bandits in the mid depths right now, you're going to catch a lot of fish. Now, what colors have been working? That's really kind of the key when you're fishing in the fall. There's 2 keys that I know of, and that is speed and proper coloration of your baits. Speed is really a big deal because what happens is as this water drops quickly, your speed has to drop right down quickly with it. Most of the guys fishing and doing well right now are right around that 2 mile an hour mark. But I'll tell you what, when you get later into November, it's nothing for guys to be pulling 1-1, 1-2, 1-3 really super slow. Now, how I pick colors is really super simple. On bright sunny days, I pick shiny baits, and on no sun days or mostly cloudy days, I'm going to go with no shine at all and just fluorescence. And I'm always going to be contrast colorations on my baits. So in other words, if I was going to, one of the reasons that like clown baits work so well, where you have a colored head and then a white body or a dark body, is that color contrast that's created right there at the color break. It helps the walleye hone in and find that bait once it senses the vibration. So shiny baits on shiny days, fluorescent baits on darker days. Don't forget that base colors like white, purple, pink, chartreuse, those are really good colors to almost always have. Coppers, golds, and chromes on those bright days are the 3 colors that I would base my lures on, and then you can throw different colors on top of those base shine colors. So get out there, Lake Erie Shores and Islands, all the way to Cleveland. That's pretty much the zone where guys are fishing right now, catching fish from 30 to 50 feet in that middle depth, so 20 to 30 down right now, Erie Shores and Islands to Cleveland.
Hey, newly introduced here at Traxx Tech for 2020. This is a cradle, hybrid cradle series that we came out with. And we have a squeeze button design on here we've had for years on one of our tube style holders. And this all used to be molded plastic. Now we've gone to an all aluminum base on here, real durable molded on the top. Got a super easy squeeze button adjustability on the side right here, one-handed. So that's new to show you. And then the other really cool feature we put into this was a rack and pinion system. So it has a lever on the back side here that we can push and snap in and extend or bring our cradle back toward us inside the boat if we need to get at it. So this is our HBCS-200 hybrid cradle.
So if you're a perch fisherman, and I know this year has been an absolutely stellar perch fishing year. We talked last week with Captain Rocco Papandrea from Walleye Bandit Charters right there out of Meineke Marinas. This week we chatted with Mike Schmidt. Now Mike Schmidt has a cool outdoor page and you can follow him if you want. He gives great personal reports. He's not a guide. He just goes fishing 2-3 times a week after work, before week, when he gets days off. And he's good enough and kind enough to share that information with it. And tell you what, Mike's a great fisherman, catches a lot of fish, and most importantly, he's just giving us good, relevant information. So the perch fishing right now. Now, if you're over in Maumee Bay, closer to the Michigan-Ohio line, that's going to be more of a 14 to 20 foot bite. If you're out towards the reef complex, so out from the Davis-Besse Reef Complex and the firing range, that's going to be more of a 20 to 28 foot bite. So it seems like the fish are a little deeper as you get towards the Port Clinton area. Now, how's he catching fish? Well, he's catching fish fast is how he's catching them. Seems like emerald shiners, goldies, even cut bait like raw shrimp has been working really, really well. Fishing them on perch pounders or perch rigs. I'm a preference to perch pounders because I can change the color on that little perch pounder up, and sometimes that color can be a good trigger to catch a little bit more fish. But primarily perch rigs with live minnows over in from Maumee Bay all the way out to the front of Davis-Besse, the firing range and the reef complex. Some of the best perch fishing we've seen in a long time is happening right now. Get a calm day, head on down to that region and see if you can't load up.
You know, if you're an angler, you need space for all your stuff. I'm Captain Lance Valentine. Let me show you how the Polarcraft Kodiak gives you enough room to put everything you need for a great day of fishing. A huge rod locker to hold a bunch of rods with battery storage underneath for your front trolling motor. 2 sides of wing storage to put all your tackle boxes and all the stuff you need for fishing, and an in-floor spot to put wet storage. Anchors, ropes, drift socks, and everything you have to have a good day on the water. Hey, visit your local Polarcraft dealer and check out the Kodiak and all the really cool features. You're gonna love what you see.
So we're right back around the corner, and now we're talking Lake St. Clair with Captain Eric Long and Long Lines Charters. Now, Eric, as you can see by that first cooler of fish, just had an unbelievable day when he switched from walleye fishing to perch fishing. He did a combo charter and the perch fishing was out of sight. Now, he encountered those perch in shallower water out in front of the St. Clair Shores area. Now, to those of you guys watching these reports, get on our website, click on the exact destination that I'm talking about, and you'll have a full-length written report with a lot more detail than I can give you in a couple of minutes. So that's fishermansdigest.com, and then click on fishing reports, and on this one you'd click on St. Clair Shores and the Lake St. Clair region, and Captain Eric will tell you the depth he was fishing and how he was presenting his bait. The same with the other reports as well. So Captain Eric was using perch rigs for the perch in 9 to 12 feet of water out in front of St. Clair Shores, and with a walleye, he's pulling bandits in that upper third of the water column, kind of fishing that same area you'd be searching for muskies, and that way it gives him kind of a double threat. He can catch walleyes or he can catch muskies. Most of the guys out there right now are still concentrating on walleyes. They're searching for muskies, but with our inability to go to the Canadian side as of right now, it does limit where we can fish. So walleye fishing is going to be good from the mouth north all the way up to that first major point in that cut bay there. It's been really, really good all season long in there from 14 to 18 feet of water. So same thing, bandits probably run them anywhere from 30 to 70 back. So on the same concept, guys. Shiny baits, shiny days, fluorescent baits, dark days. But get on up to Lake St. Clair yet this year. Captain Eric is going to be fishing for a few more weeks, but the big boat might be coming out of the water, so get a hold of Eric as soon as you can. Hey, are you in the market for a small outdoor shed, carport, or small storage building? Visit my friends up at Midwest Steel Carports. They'll travel anywhere in the Lower Peninsula to install your shed or carport for you. Visit them online, at MidwestSteelCarports.com. Now we're headed up to Alpena, and I realize it's really cold at this time of the year in Alpena, but there is such ridiculously good steelhead fishing going on in Alpena that it's just something we got to talk about. Now there's a lot of different things going on in Alpena. We've also got some great perch fishing going on Long and Grand Lake. You're going to have that just starting, and it's going to go hot and heavy all the way until first ice and into first ice. But right now we got to touch on right in Thunder Bay, staging out in front in the bay in front of the rivers. We got steelhead, and Captain Steve Hubert from Chum Bucket says this is possibly some of the best steelhead fishing he's ever seen. As you look at those pictures, just steelhead after steelhead. He's got boat limits of steelhead, which is not something that's easy to do anymore in this day and age. So you got to give Steve a call. His boat's going to be coming out of the water too, probably here in the next couple, 2-3 weeks. So if you want to get out yet on Thunder Bay and encounter some of these great hard fighting steelhead, jumping, flipping, spinning, doing whatever, after November 1, I think Steve's probably going to call it a day, and he's going to be out hunting for something. But you can still get a hold of Steve. He might do a little ice guiding, he might not. We'll see how the ice conditions are. Steve's kind of a safety freak, which is good, and he doesn't guide unless the ice is really good, really solid. So we'll get a report from him in a month or so on that. But Alpena, steelhead in Thunder Bay right now. Are you in the market for a new trailer? For all your trailer needs, big or small, visit Beck's Trailer Superstore on Highway 127 north of St. John's. So our last report of the day is right here, and I love coming to Pilgrim's Village. It's one of my favorite places. I've been coming to this place for 20-25 years, getting the tackle that I need when I do come to Mitchell and Cadillac. We're going to talk just quickly about the fact that Steve and Chris here at Pilgrim's Village have still got the resort fully open. All the cabins are available. It's a great weekend spot, and right now we've got two great actually 3 species that are happening. We've got walleye fishing in the low light period, so early morning, first couple hours of morning, and the last couple hours of daylight into dusk, walleye fishing with rapalas in 10 foot of water. Now, guys are casting them from the riprap and catching them, but the guys in the boats have been trolling them in about 8 to 10 feet of water and doing really well with rapalas during low light conditions. Now, if you're looking for crappie and perch, on the east end of Cadillac has been really producing some really nice bags of crappie, fall crappie and perch. 8 to 10 feet of water. The crappies are holding in the mid-depth. They're catching those, of course, on slip bobbers and shiners, emeralds, goldies, whatever you can get your hands on. Seems like the crappies have been really eating them up good. And the perch have been in that same general area as the crappie. It's just you're fishing the perch right tight to the bottom with a perch rig, double hook perch rig, and minnows. So be willing to move around. Here's the key to the fall bite right now that Steve tells me, is that you might catch 4, 5, 6 fish once you mark them on your electronics and use your Garmin to find them. You'll set up and be able to catch those fish. Now, once you catch a few fish, if it stops, Steve tells me a lot of guys are just sliding, you know, relocating the maybe 50, 60 yards, move a little bit, just relocate the fish again. It seems like they move around, and you almost got to stay with them. You can set up again if you've got, like I do, a Garmin force trolling motor with spot lock. It's super simple to move. You can just take it off anchor and slide over a little bit and re-anchor yourself. It's a great way to fish if you've got a spot lock trolling motor. But be willing to move, take what you can get, and keep moving. And fishing mid-depths with bobbers, tight to the bottom for perch, crappie in the mid-depths, perch on the bottom. Hey, whatever you do, get out and enjoy this Cadillac region. This is one of the best places in Michigan to fish year-round. Hey, thanks for joining us. We had lots of different types of stuff. We're talking perch and walleye. We're gonna talk perch and walleye, as for the most part the salmon season is done, and we're just in that little in-between stage where the king salmon are kind of finishing up on the river and the steelhead aren't there fully started yet. So we don't want to send you out there steelhead fishing before it actually is on. Captain Alex Bialik will give us a good thermometer on that. He's on the water consistently each week in the Manistee region. Once they start going there, they should be going pretty much everywhere. So we'll see you again here next week on the Fisherman's Digest.